Hi there, it's Warren from Homesteading in the BURBS. I haven't done a video for quite a while. Just thought I'd post one. We've been growing some cucumbers. We haven't had a very good year this year. Last year we got over 100 cucumbers. This is some of our remains. These are some of the biggest ones that we've grown. Although this is pretty huge, but it was hidden under the foliage and everything. We couldn't see it. There's weeds in the garden, and so it's a bit overgrown. Zucchini here. And you know, homesteading's not just about growing, it's about making your own stuff. In here we've got split lentils soaking. My wife makes a beautiful bread out of that, and she puts some egg in there and she has put cheese in there, and it comes out like actual real bread, which is quite amazing. I've got the bread maker on, got some spelt flour in there to make pizzas tonight. Spelt flour, obviously we don't grow everything, but like I said, homesteading is about doing whatever you can, not just growing, making your own stuff. This is some of our honey from our hive. We've got our own beehive. We try to do as much as we can. We've got a water purifier here that's going to be used to make ginger beer when I get a chance. That's already half filled with the water. When I get a chance, that'll be ginger beer made from scratch. We've got our own hens, so these are freshly laid eggs. So get all that. We grow what we can. It's pretty hard in Perth, Australia at the moment. Peak of our summertime. We're on scheme water, so we don't get free bore water like some people. But we've got apple trees, fig trees, another fig out there on the verge. We've got, as a ground cover, sweet potato. It's a great ground cover. We like to have other plants in here as well, some flowering plants, roses. We've got some grapes here. These are all done from cutting. So here's one remaining bunch. Got aloe vera. I use that all the time. Some mint. Our bees are going crazy on the mint. It's flowering. These are papaya. We've got a pawpaw out the front, large one, but I've decided to do some papayas because they're a bit different shape and I think they're a bit more hardy. We've got a orange tree there, another papaya, more grapevines, all done from cuttings, Chinese gooseberry, got a lily pilly here. Hopefully one day it'll have lots of fruit. The bees are going crazy here, flying all around me. Try zoom in, try not to get stung. More grapevines from cuttings. It's got a massive amount of grapes in here. The local rat's been having a field day as well. These are all just from one plant, and my wife's already cut off quite a bit because of the rat, so at least we can get some of them. A few more grapevines, guava, another guava, there's a lemon, over there's a plum, curry bush there. These are in our chook yard. Another fig in there, planted from a cutting. Another massive grapevine, which has finally got some very small bunches on there. I found out that there wasn't getting enough water during some really hot days, so it's getting plenty of water now, but still struggling. Bananas, got a bunch on there. It's only a small one. Again, we didn't really look after it at the time. We were busy. We had so many banana plants in there, I had to cut them down, get rid of a lot of suckers. Another apple. Here's some of our girls. Some more over there hiding behind the curry bush. See if there's any more eggs. I collected this morning already. Oh yeah, 4 in there. Not too bad. Picked up 6 or 7 this morning. Oh yeah, this is all one grapevine. We make our own sauerkraut. We've done kimchi, we've done kombucha. There's a huge rhubarb there. Some tomatoes and celery. Just tomatoes, and they're sort of coming towards the end. We've got, we're 36 degrees today and yesterday. Some lovely basil, cucumbers, some herbs here. This is a plum tree cutting that I did. That plum tree that was in the chook yard started from a cutting that was small on that, and now it's a 8-foot tree. This is our greenhouse. We haven't got much going in here, it's just been too hot. Just got some dill going in there, a few things here, tomatoes and silver beet. Some more seedlings, broccoli we're getting ready for winter. So it's almost fed. And a good way to get a good start on winter is have your seeds in now. And we found that works the best. If you leave it too late, they're just trying to grow, there's not enough heat, not enough sun. Basil hasn't done really well in this pot. Some fig cuttings, plenty of purslane here. I just let it grow. We cook with it sometimes. Highest form of omega-3, so you can't complain with that, it's for free. I bought a small pool for the kids, save us having to go to the beach. And so the kids can stay at home. When it's hot, we go for a dunk. This is our main veggie garden. It's a bit overgrown. Blood orange there. A little lemon. Here's the big pawpaw. It's sort of near the end of its life, I think. Mulberry. Loquat. We've got mint going berserk here. Bit of sweet potato. Chinese gooseberries. My wife's pulled out 2 of the garden beds. They had different things in there, weren't doing too well. It's just the heat in summer here is just pretty chronic. Bananas. We've got collards just growing wild here, reseeded. All this parsley that's just seeding and regrowing. It's great. Zucchini here, that's where we got our zucchini from. We did really well a few years ago, but we haven't done that well with zucchinis. It's just, unless we keep on top of it, the water's been on and it's still quite dry. There's our fig. Between the rats and the heat and the birds and not getting enough water when it really needed it, it's not too bad. We've had some good figs off it, but it's could be better. There's another loquat, another decent sized papaya there, one over there. I think there's a wasp stuck in there or something. I don't think they can get out. They find their way in there, the bees and so forth, but they can't get themselves out. I might try to help them. Here's the other side of our banana plants and the big grapevine that I showed you before. Got all these beds here that over winter are going to grow garlic, broccoli and silver beet probably. Not going to bother with cabbage anymore, cauliflower, they just don't seem to do that well. A few tomatoes here. This was our cucumber patch that's become weeds / sweet potato plus some tomatoes, and the weeds get away from you. Here's some Jerusalem artichokes that came up from last year. We must have left 1 or 2 in the ground. Cucumbers, a little watermelon, but that's not going to do much. I picked the cucumbers today, so there's nothing big on there, just small ones. We try to keep our own seeds from each year. Sometimes even years. I sowed some broccoli seeds a few days ago, which you saw in the greenhouse, and they were from 2023, from our own homegrown ones, organic, and they came up, every one of them came up, so that's pretty good. So this is our honey. So we've got about 20 kilos in the last 2 months over summer, which is great. Beautiful local honey, mixture of wildflowers and eucalypts that we've got around here. We make our own dressing. That's olive oil and apple cider vinegar and our own honey. I made some mayonnaise in there, should actually be in the fridge. That's just eggs and olive oil and our own honey and some apple cider vinegar, and it's beautiful. Put it in the fridge. There's our sauerkraut. There's some of our pawpaw dried. There's some bone broth that we make ourselves. We try to make our own stuff as much as possible. We don't buy hardly ever takeaway or processed foods. We believe in making your own is the best. The neighbours have given us some lemons and limes. There's some more of our grapes, some of our tomatoes, a couple of little figs, some more of our cherry tomatoes that we picked today. They're so nice, you can't compare them to the shop ones. They actually taste like real tomatoes. Alright, the bread's rising pretty well now. 42 minutes to go. My wife's got some carrots in there, and these are our sauerkraut jars, pots, crocks. This is the remainder of our dried bananas from our last bunch. The little boy's been eating into them, he loves them. These aren't crispy, they're actually chewy. We dry them just whole so that they still retain a bit of moisture but they don't go off. We prefer to keep it in the fridge still. They're lovely and sweet and chewy. Some of the other things we made is sourdough. My wife was right into making sourdough there for a while, but it was getting a bit hectic. She homeschools and so forth. We've done spelt shortbread cookies. She makes a beautiful zucchini mug cake. Sourdough pancakes are amazing. Yeah, we try to make as much as you can. She makes a lemon curd using our own eggs and the lemons from the neighbours. So, you know, the sky's the limit in a sense. You don't have to fully rely on the supermarkets. That's what they want. But it's not best. Here's the swing set. Put it on there before I made that. My son's workshop over there. He's only 13, not quite 14. He's got his own off-grid workshop. You know, we're renting. We're living in the suburbs. And when we got here, this backyard was a desert. There was nothing in the backyard at all, just sand. We've slowly built it up. And yes, we're only renting. So when our time's up, we're going to leave it all behind. But you know, we've made the most of it. Hasn't always been successful, but we've given it a go. If we had an acre or 5 acres and the time, we'd give it a good shot. But there's no reason, if you're renting or own your own home and you're living in the suburbs, Why have a backyard full of grass, a backyard full of pavers, concrete? Why not put fruit trees, veggies, chooks, as much as you can. There's some sage that we dried from our own sage. My wife does tea, she makes tea out of that. She does mint as well, so we get our own mint tea. Okay, that's it for now. If you've liked this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe. And I'll hopefully post something in the next couple of weeks. Okay, take care. Bye.